Hi everyone, welcome to Mash Math. Today we are going to study chapter 6 triangles, exercise 6.4, question 5. D, E and F are respectively the midpoints of sides AB, BC and CA of triangle ABC. Find the ratio of the areas of triangle DEF and triangle ABC. So first of all, let us see D, E and F are respectively the midpoints of sides AB, BC and CA of triangle ABC. So let's draw first triangle ABC. This is our triangle ABC. So we consider this A, this is B point C. Okay, so in that D, E and F, they are the midpoints of sides. So AB side midpoint is D. So AB side midpoint is D. Then E is the midpoint for BC. So BC is here. So here E. And then F. F is the midpoint for CA, third side. So F. Okay. So let's consider these three. So D, E and F. So let us join them. So we join. Okay. So now it has become two triangle. DEF is one triangle and ABC is another triangle. So now what we have to find? Find the ratio of the areas of triangle DEF and ABC. This blue color what I have drawn ABC. So there, and then DEF, this black one. So area of this two triangle we have to find out. So before finding out the area, we have to know that both the triangles are similar or no. Because if they are similar, then only we can find the ratio of the area. So first what we will do, we have to prove the triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. And for similarity criteria, you have studied already. So here, before going for similarity, one more theorem you have to remember that because why? Because to prove that both are similar, either there should be angles, some two angles of this angle, of this triangle, any one, two angle, and with this triangle, any two angle should be equal. But here nothing is given to us. Or else at least side and angle and side, or at least side, or three angles should be there. But here nothing is given to us like that. So that is why what we will do, we will take the help of the theorem that we have studied in 9th standard. So what is that theorem? We call it midpoint theorem. For example, the midpoint theorem says like this. If there is a triangle is there, okay, for example, ABC is the triangle. So if there is a triangle, and in this triangle, any two sides, the midpoint, let's take this as a D and this is as F. Okay, so D is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of AC. So if we find like these midpoints, you join them, then the theorem says that DF will be parallel to BC. DF will be parallel to BC, and also DF will be equal to half of BC. Okay, this is, we call it midpoint theorem. This DF will be parallel to BC and DF will be half of BC, because BC will be bigger. So half of BC will be DF. So this we call it midpoint theorem. So we make use of this here and then we will write down here. Okay. So since D, F, E are midpoints of triangle ABC, therefore we can say, so if that is the case, we can say that DF, okay, DF will be parallel to BC. DF will be parallel to BC, and also, or we can write it, let it be, we'll write it this as equation 1. Okay, so DF will be parallel to BC, and also DF will be equal to half of, this is BC. Okay, so let's take this as equation 2. Okay, similarly, we took this side. Okay, so now what we will take? We will take this side. So same way, DE, similarly, DE will be this side now. Okay, this side means I'll turn like this. First we did this side, no? So now we will take this side. Any side you can take. Okay, now this side. So similarly, now DE will be parallel to AC. Okay, so DE will be parallel to this AC, and DE will be half of AC. Okay, DE will be parallel to AC. So let's take equation 4 this, and DE will be equal to half of AC. Let's take as equation 4. Okay, so let's keep this equation. Now you see, look at here, DF is parallel to BC we said, and DF also is half of BC. Okay, now they are parallel. DF is parallel to BC means, can we say that DF, see, if DF is parallel to BC, then can we say DF is also will be parallel to EC? Because this is parallel to this line means this will be parallel to this also. So where is DF? If DF is parallel to BC we said, so therefore DF will be parallel to EC also. Okay, or let us write down separately, not mix up here. Okay, let this fourth equation be like this only. We will write here separately, we will write. So let's take the parallelogram. In parallelogram, see, DF, or you take DECF, this, let me highlight it. Let's take it, this whole thing. This whole thing, you look at it now. Because we have just now we proved that this side DF is parallel to BC, and also just now we proved DE is parallel to AC. So that means if DF is parallel to BC means DF can be parallel to EC, and DE is parallel to AC means DE can be parallel to FC only. So if both the sides are parallel, then we can say this is a parallelogram. So that only we are going to put it down here. Okay, in DFEC, okay, in DFEC quadrilateral, it becomes a quadrilateral. DF is parallel to EC. Here you can write down, because DF is parallel to BC. Because DF is parallel to BC, we can say DF is parallel to EC. Okay, so same way this side also you can say DE is parallel to FC. Why? Because DE is parallel to AC. From equation you can write down. If you want reason, you can give DF is parallel to BC, and from equation 1 we can say DF is parallel to EC. I hope you are understanding this part. Please don't get confused. Using the midpoint theorem, I said that DF is parallel to BC. So if DF is parallel to BC means DF can be parallel to EC also. So same way we said DE is parallel to AC. So that means DE can be parallel to FC only. So then what happens? Then this becomes a parallelogram. So can we say they are parallelogram? Therefore DFCE is a parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram. It becomes a parallelogram. So parallelogram property is what? The opposite angles are equal. In parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. So can we say angle, therefore angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. So same way, can we take this side also? Now I will erase this one. So now same way, can we take it this part also, this side? Similarly, we can prove that DF is parallel to BE and BD is parallel to AF. Okay, so you can write down. If that is the case, similarly you can write down. Okay, similarly in parallelogram. Okay, in parallelogram, that is name is what here? DF EB. Whichever way you want to give, you can give, or DB EF also you can give, no problem. So in parallelogram, DBEF. So same way, if we prove that this is a parallelogram, we don't need to write again, but as we proved this way, so same way this also we can say similarly, and no need to prove. So if this is the same thing, then can we say this angle will be equal to this angle in this parallelogram? So let's consider this angle 3 and angle 4. So similarly in parallelogram DBEF, angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. Okay, so now just look at here. Now look at this triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, you have angle 3 which is equal to the small triangle angle 4. So same way in this big triangle, angle 2 is equal to angle 1 in this small triangle. So now these two angles are equal to this two angles. Therefore, by angle criteria, can we say this triangle is similar to this triangle? So that's what we wanted to do. Therefore, by angle criteria, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. So we have proved similarity. So now what we have to do? We have to find the ratio. So now we have to find the ratio. So area of triangle DEF upon area of triangle ABC will be equal to ratio, that theorem 6.6 you have to write down. Okay, what does it say? If you have to find out the area of the triangle, the ratio of the area of the triangle will be equal to the square of the sides of their ratio. So that means this side, if for each triangle you see now, for DE means it will be AC, any side you take. If you are taking DF of this small triangle, then you take for big triangle this side, just opposite side you take it, because these two are parallel, right? So same way, if you are taking this side, then for bigger side is here. If you are taking this side, then bigger side is this side. So ratio you have to write down. So area of DF means, so which side we are taking first? DF means, let's take DF upon opposite side is for ABC BC whole square. Okay, will be equal to, then DF over other side DE upon opposite side is AC square equal to, then EF upon EF opposite side is AB. Okay, so this is theorem 6.6. That is the formula to find the ratio of the triangle. Okay, so if you want mention, you can mention, but you have to write down theorem 6.6. Okay, so now any one we can find out, because all the sides, corresponding sides of the ratios are equal only, so any one side we can take it. So area of triangle DEF upon area of triangle ABC is equal to any one side we can take it. So now DF, if you are taking, let's take DF on BC whole square. Okay, DF, can we write half of BC? Because we have studied here midpoint theorem, no? So DF is equal to half of BC. So let's write down that. That is from equation 2. Okay, so DF is half of BC upon BC. Okay, this you can write down from equation 2. Now BC gets cancelled. By the way, this is square. BC gets cancelled, so you have half square. And then 1 square will be 1, 2 square will be 4. So this is what actually area of triangle DEF upon area of triangle ABC. So that is 1 upon 4. Means our answer is what? 1:4 is the ratio. So that is our answer. That's it. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you and God bless you.